Hi everyone, am I audible to you? Yeah. Are you able to see the screen? Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So yeah, let's start about today's session. I just started the recording. So let me start today's session. So what we have done yesterday, we have seen, right? So if anyone missed the demo session, please ask the management to collect the demo recording. Okay, and what we have seen yesterday, we have seen AWS account creation. AWS account creation. So I showed this page to everyone yesterday, right? So is anyone newly joined? Okay, is anyone newly joined? So follow this page and try to create a new, right, AWS account, right? You have to go to www dot, right, aws.amazon.com. Okay, and you have to click on sign up, sign in. Okay, you have to click on sign in. So let me show that. So you have to go to aws.amazon.com. You need to click on sign in. I'm just recapping the yesterday's session. Don't, right? So you have to click on create new AWS account, right? So once you click on create new AWS account, right? So they will ask you for your email ID and the account name. So here you can see account name, some Christian, right? So so similarly, right, you have to provide your account name and you have to provide your personal information, number, right? Details, phone number, those things. Okay, you have to provide it, right? You have to provide it, and after that, right, you have to provide your credit card or debit card information, and after that just verify and continue. And and AWS team, right, will deduct 2 rupees from your bank account. So if it is in US currency, it will be $1. Okay, and you have to verify your mobile number, you have to confirm it, right? And finally select the plan, right? If you want basic, right, it is a free plan, so don't go for other plans, go for a basic because it is free for 12 months. It is a 12 months free tier account. Okay, 12 months free tier account you will get. Okay, so just try to create the AWS account. So is I hope everyone created. If anyone not created, just say yes, you created. Just no need to say anything. So created, anyone had to create. Okay, okay, so yeah, please do create, guys, if you didn't create it yet. Okay, so right, so yeah, right. So and after that, what we have done yesterday, so we have seen what is region. So you can see here, region is nothing but collection of data centers. We have seen that yesterday, right? So this is some North Virginia region. This is the code of the North Virginia, right? And here is your account ID, right? So here is your account ID, and here we have seen, right, software models. Right here we have seen availability zone is nothing but a individual data center or a high availability, right? So each region will have minimum three or three plus availability zones. Okay, so individual data set. And after that, we have seen service models. There are three types of service models: platform as a service, software as a service, infrastructure as a service. And types of clouds we have discussed yesterday: public cloud, AWS, Azure, GCP come to that criteria. And we have seen private cloud, nothing but your own cloud, right? And hybrid, this is nothing but public plus private combination. Okay, so and also I said the billing, AWS is hourly based, Azure is minute based, GCP is hourly based. So these are there the main portal names if you want to go into particular cloud. And after that, I showed you the prerequisite softwares you require to install for this course. Okay, so Notepad, plus plus, Putty, Git bash, Windows. So these four softwares you need to install. Notepad is helpful for maintaining multiple files, opening multiple files, and Putty helps to connect to remote servers. Git bash helps to connect to GitHub code servers, and WinSCP helps to transfer data from one server to another server, right? And after that we started EC2. So let me take the EC2. Okay, let me take the EC2 continuation and let me recap the EC2. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to create a server in AWS, we have a service called EC2. You can search for it, right? You can click on EC2. So using EC2, you can create a virtual server, right? You have an option. You have an option to select your operating system. You have an option to select your RAM size, right? You have your option to select your RAM. You have select your option to select RAM size, hard disk size, and you have an option to select your password. You can set your password in the form of a file. Okay, more secure. Okay, password in the form of file means it is more secure. So this is your server, right? So consider, go to EC2. Here is the dashboard. Here is the dashboard. Here you can see, right? Here you can see instances are zero. Instances are zero. So as I said yesterday, instance is nothing but a server, right? So we'll call it as instance, we'll call it as server, we'll call it as a machine, right? Instance, anything is same, right? We'll say server, computer, machine, right? Right. So instance, everything is same. So AWS team are calling as a instance. If I go to instances, there are no instances, there are no servers in North Virginia. Okay. So for example, if I created a server in North Virginia, if I go to Ireland, I cannot see that because it is region based. It is region based thing. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me launch the instance. Okay, number of servers, number of instances are one. I will create a Linux server. Okay, I will create a Linux server, and right. So you know Windows server having different types: 2012, 2016, 2019, right? Like that. And Linux is having the types like Red Hat, CentOS, right? Amazon Linux. These are our types, or we can call it as flavors in Linux. Okay, these are the types. Okay, this is Windows, this is Linux, right? Operating system. These are the types. Here you can select your whatever you want. If you want Amazon Linux, you can select. If you want Ubuntu, you can select, right? So this is your OS, okay? OS image, OS template, okay? So I will go with today, right? Linux server called Amazon Linux, okay? And this is your RAM size. So it's a free account. You can go with only 1 GB RAM server, right? This is 1 GB RAM, okay? And you have option, but these are not free. Okay, only 1 GB RAM you're eligible, okay, because it's a free account. And then you have to set your password. You can use your existing passwords, or you can create your new password as a file. Okay, so this is create new key pair. Okay, so this file, call it as password file, right? Having two formats. Okay, one is PEM format, another one is PPK format. Here PPK is nothing but putty private key. Here PM is nothing but privacy enhanced mail. Enhanced mail. So you can connect your Linux server using PEM, or you can connect to your Linux server using PPK. Okay, any one format. Okay, so right now what I'm doing, I'm creating PEM file .pe. Okay, called some Rashid file it is. Okay, I will create a key pair. I'll create a key pair. So this is the password file. You can see this is a right. Let me edit. Right. Let me open with Notepad. Right. This is a password file. This is a password file. Okay. But this is in PM format. I will show you how to convert into PPK as well. Okay. So that's why I ask you to install Putty. Okay. Putty. Okay. So you have to install Putty. Okay. So right. So I selected Rashid password file. Networking, I don't want to edit anything, but you have to know one thing. If you are creating a Windows server, if you want to connect to it, there is a port called 3389 called remote desktop port needs to be open. If it is a Linux server, 22 called secure shell port called SSH port. Okay, SSH, or it is a RDP, right? This port needs to be open. This port needs to be open. So here you can see SSH is allowing because it is a Linux server. By default, SSH ports should be open. Then only you can connect to it. Okay. So SSH. Okay. And this is hard disk. I want C drive of, okay, I want Linux server drive, the primary drive of some 8 GB. I'm creating a disk with 8 GB. Okay, 8 GB, right? And that's it. Let's launch a server. Okay, we will discuss all the remaining options in coming days. Just launch it. So here, right? So okay, so the problem here is there is a network component. So it is not there. Let me go to another region. So looks like she deleted. Let me see here. Here is there no issue. So Linux server. Let me set the details again. Linux server. Amazon Linux. Okay, 1 GB RAM. So the passwords will be separate here and there. Okay, you have to create a new password. So let me set it. Test 123. I will create a new password file. Okay, this is test 123. Or you can create a new one as well. Call, for example, Raj ABC. Okay, PM format. Right, I just created. 8 GB. Right, number of servers are 1. Right, so that's it. Let me launch. So I'm under which region? North California. Right, my server running where? North California. You can see here Linux. It is in pending, right? This is the ID. This is the ID of your server. This is unique queue. This ID is unique queue. This is the instance state currently pending. Let me recap. Let me refresh. This is running state. This is the RAM size T2.micro called 1 GB RAM. This is availability zone. US West 1. Why US West 1? Not Virginia. Right? Not California, US West 1. Why A? Because availability zone. Okay, not right. This North California having 3 availability zones. 3 availability zones. So right, A, B, C, like that. Okay, so this is your Linux server. It is ready, right? And let me create a Windows as well. Connect, right? Sorry, launch instance, right? Windows server, Windows operating system. You need to select 2022. Others are also there. Go for the freestyle, right? Free trial eligible. And this is instance type 1 GB, 1 GB memory. And this is key pair. You can use existing key pair also. Okay, for example, Raj ABC, right? And then this is RDP port. Why it is opening? Because if you want to connect to a Windows server, this port needs to be opened. AWS is opening this RDP port. Here SSH port is opening for Linux. Why? Because it is a Linux server. In the interview, you will get a question like, so which is the port you have to open for Windows, which is the port you have to open for Linux. Okay, right? So you have to you have to follow this, right? So right, so this is Windows, this is Linux, right? This is a password file, right? So right, GP2 30 GB C drive. Okay, let me launch it. Instances. You can see this is Linux server, this is Windows server. You can see Linux server is running, Windows server is takes some time. Let's wait. Okay. So if you observe here, these are the complete details of your instance. This is the ID. These IDs are unique. Okay. You can set a same name for two servers or more servers, but IDs cannot be changed. IDs are unique, identification purpose. Okay. So this is public IP, this is private. There are two IPs, guys. There are two IPs, public and private. The public IP, right? You can use it for external access. You can access it from external. And private IPs are for internal purpose. Within the company only, you can access it. This is for external, if you want to access it from external. This is for internal, right, within the company. Okay, within the company network. Okay, so there are two IPs. Okay, we'll see more what is IPv4, right, in coming days. So yeah, these are all the details. It is a Linux, right? Amazon Linux, right? And here you can see some status of the server. Here you can see server monitoring. Okay, how much network is coming, how much network is going out, how many packets are sending from outside. So everything you can monitor it. Everything you can monitor it. Okay, this is security, right? This is 22 port because it's a Linux server, right? So networking, we'll discuss networking specially, guys, 2 or 3 classes. It will be very, very interesting. And this is storage, 8 GB. Okay, and this is the tag of the Linux. Okay, and coming to Windows, this is your Windows server. You can see security group 3389 because it's a Windows. Let's connect to Linux. Yesterday, right, I showed you how to connect to Windows. Let me show you now Linux first. So this is a Linux server. If you want to connect, if you want to connect to a Linux server, you can click on connect, right? Right? You can click on connect. This is the instance connectivity. You have to click on connect. You are connecting as a user, EC2-user. This is the public IP. Just click on connect. It is connecting. Let's wait. This is a Linux server. This is a welcome message. Which OS it is? Amazon Linux, right? And which user you have connected? EC2-. Am I right? So if you want to know in Windows, if you want to know which folder you are in, you can see like this, right? So you're in users some downloads folder. But in Linux, if you want to know, use the command pwd. In Windows, you can see the date and time here, right? But if Linux, you have a date command. So in Linux, everything should be command based. Everything should be command based. Okay. So right, pwd, date, command based. Okay. So if you want to see which user you are, you can use who am I. In Windows, if you want to see your disk uses, you have this C drive. You can go there. You can see, right. In Windows, you have lsblk, right, the listing the blocks. Okay, and you have some df-h. So in Linux, I will take separate 4 classes, guys, so to discuss about Linux. Okay, so it will take around 3.5 hours. Okay, so Yeah, anyway, let me write. These are some commands, okay, which are not required now, but I will discuss these commands separate. So you have connected to Linux server. How I connected? Let me close this. This is Linux server. Select it, click on connect, right? EC2-user, right? And this is the public IP, right? And click on. No need to change anything. Just simply click on connect and connect. Click on connect and connect. Right? This is your Linux server. Right? You're inside of the Linux server. Right? You're inside of the Linux server. Right? You got it. So this is one way of connecting Linux server. This is one way of connecting Linux. You can use putty also to connect to it. How to connect using putty? Right? How to connect using putty? Right? I will show that. Right? So we have majorly three methods of connecting. Okay. Let me show one by one. Okay. So you can using connect to Linux using AWS console. Right now I have showed you using AWS console only, right? EC2 instance connectivity, right? So this is one method. The second method is using putty, and the third method is can use some third-party tools are in like Git Bash. Okay, so these are three methods you can use. You can connect to a Linux. So I will show that how to connect using putty. Just note down these things. Okay, note down these things. So in Windows, we are calling it as a admin user, right? He will have full permission. In Linux, we will call it as a root user. He will have full permission. He will have full permission. Okay, just note down. I will give some 5 minutes. Just note down. So yeah, just note down this one thing. So the link will be changed from tomorrow. Okay, so please reach out the management and get a new link. Okay, so okay, please reach out the management and get a new link. So the tomorrow onwards class link will be changed. So check with them and enroll it. Okay, the
So one more question.
yeah, tell me.
Yeah, sir. After this call, can you please share me the yesterday session
Yeah,
document? Yeah.
yesterday's session recording, I will share it. Yesterday's and today's one, I will share it.
No,
Okay.
no. Yesterday recording. Yesterday
Yeah,
not recorded, right?
yesterday's one, I took the recap, right? So you can uh, use that. Okay. So
Okay.
yesterday's one is not recorded.
Yes,
So
yes,
anyway, that is account creation. I recap today as well. So did you create a AWS account?
yes, sir.
Okay, good.
But we need this document. Yesterday's session document.
Yeah, yeah, you will get it. Okay, you will get it. Just
Thank you.
talk with management. Okay. You will get a drive access. Okay, once you got enrolled, you will be added to WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay, so let me show that how to connect using putty to a Linux server. Okay, right. Let's connect using putty. So if you want to connect to a server using putty, this PEM file needs to be converted into a PPK file. Okay, how to convert it? Let's see that. So if you didn't install putty, so please install it. Okay, once you install putty, you can see putty and puttygen. Open this puttygen. Okay, open this puttygen and load, load, load your, okay, load your, right, the PEM file. Load your PEM file. Okay, this is Raj ABC PEM file, right? Open. Okay, just load and open. Okay, open it. Just load the file. Okay, and now save as a private key. Save private key. How to save it? You can save it wherever you want. I want to save it in under desktop. Call Raj ABC PPK. Okay, this is a .ppk format because we need to convert it. Now it is saved. Let me close this. Here you can see under desktop Raj PPK, right? Raj ABC PPK. So what I did basically, I opened putty generator. I opened putty generator. I loaded that particular PEM file. Okay, and I just saved as a PPK, right? I just saved under my desktop as a PPK. I just provided some name and I saved as a PPK. So try this. Try to just try to write create a PPK, and once PPK is created, how to connect to it? You can go to AWS console. Take the Linux server IP address. Take the Linux server IP address. Okay. Open putty. Open putty. Okay, and provide the IP address. Okay, go to SSH authorization. Okay, SSH authorization connection. SSH authorization. Click on this. Go to credentials. Upload that private key. Where is it? Under desktop, right? You have to select. So what I have done in the session section, I provided the public IP, right? And I went to connections, SSH, authorization, credentials, right? Under credentials, I clicked on browse. I uploaded my private key, right? I just did like this. And after that, I need to click on open and I need to accept the connection. And what is the username? EC2, EC2, EC2 hyphen user, EC2 hyphen user. Now it is created, right? Now I connected, right? So this is the method of connectivity using putty. Okay, so I converted my PEM file to a putty file, right? So how I converted? Using PM to PPK using putty generator, and I uploaded, right? I connected to server using putty using public IP, right? And I went to connection right? Authentication, right? And credentials, right? So here I uploaded my PPK file, right? So just try to create your server, Linux server, and try to connect using putty AWS console, and also you can use git bash. How to connect using git bash? It is very easy. You have to install git bash. So wherever your PEM file is there, here is my PEM file, right? Right click, open git bash. When you will see this git bash option, once you install git, okay, try to install git bash, and wherever PEM file is there, right click git bash. Okay, right, this is the git bash. It will look like this. If you want to connect to a Linux server, same, take the public IP. Okay, use SSH. Username is EC2-user at the rate the public IP. And what is the password I want to use as identity? Hyphen I Raju, right? Raju abc.temp, right? This is the file I want to use as a password file, right? So SSH hyphen I means identity, right? The fem file, username, and the public IP. Okay, this is the command, right? If you want to connect using git bash, you need to click on enter. Yes, I want to connect. Now I'm in, right? So this is the welcome message. Same. If you want to clear it, you can use clear screen. Clear is a command to clear the screen. So some important commands like clear. If you want to know your history of commands, history, right? And I ran these commands as of now, right? That's why I can see in the history, right? So like this, right? Right? Just try to note down this command. These are some basic commands. Just test it in your system. Just try to create a Linux server and test it. And note down this, right? Note down this. I'll give some 5 minutes. Just note down. And maintain your rough notes, everyone. Right, I hope you have noted down. So, right, this is our Windows, right? How to connect to it? Click on Windows Server, click on Connect, RDP client option, right? Username is administrator. Password, you can click on Get Password and upload your password file. Okay, this is the password. This is the user. But where is connectivity? You can connect using remote desktop. There is application in your laptop. Okay, so or you can use, right. So once you open remote desktop, this will be like this. Okay, take your server IP address. Okay, you can see server public IP under instances. This is your Windows. This is server public IP. Provide here. And what is the username? Username is administrator. Provide here. Connect. It will ask for a password. This is the password, right? This is how you will provide and you can connect to it. Otherwise, you can download this remote desktop file, open this file, and same it will redirect to this remote desktop. Okay, if you see, if you download this remote desktop file, this is the file. If you open, if you click on connect, it is directly asking the password. That means here you don't need to give the IP, you don't need to give the administrator. By default, it will take. Okay. Anyway, so this is your Windows server in AWS. It is getting connected. Please wait. Right. This is your Windows server in AWS. Okay, and you can see your C drive of 30 GB. Okay, from here also you can see that. If you see, this is your Windows server. This is your storage. Here you can see, right? So here also, okay, this is your Windows. Okay, 30 GB. Out of 30, 15 is free. Remaining 15 GB operating system files. Okay, so this is your server details. Okay. Anyway, let me close this. Okay. So right now we have only C drive. How to add D drive, right? Additional disk. Okay, I will show you tomorrow. Okay, and so once your work is completed, guys, please make sure you are stopping, or better, right? If you are not practicing, just terminate it. Okay, if you didn't stop it, okay, so it is free for only per month 750 hours. Okay, so after that you have to pay money, and once the 750 hours are completed, then next month again you will get 750 hours till 12 months. Okay, so here, for example, your account is created, you want to change your username or password or the email. How to change it? Click on your account name, click on account, click on account. Here you have a option. Okay, here you have a option. You have a edit option. Okay, 1 second. Let me go to the account. Right, you have to go to the security credentials. Okay, and here you need to provide, right, see the option, right, the number and the details. You need to click on edit account name, and here you need to connect again with username and password. Okay, and then you will see the option to change the email ID and a password. Okay, it will be like this. You can change your name, email ID, and password. Okay, so this is how you will change it. Okay, So anyway, right? So let me go here. I terminated, right? It will take at least 5 minutes to disappear from this section. Okay, at least some 5 to 10 minutes to disappear from this section. I'm in North California. If I go to your east one, can you see that? No. All right. So by because I created in North California, I terminated it in North California, right? So it will be there here. Okay. So what we have discussed today, so we have seen, right, uh, how to create a Linux server, how to create a Windows server, and how to connect to it, right? And what are the methods of connectivity, right? And some commands, okay? There are few commands we have seen, and also how to change your username and password and email, right? Right. So we have seen, right? And what we will discuss tomorrow, we'll see the EC2, some options. For example, if now I stop this server, now I terminate it. But for example, someone joined in the company like Azhar or someone, he by mistakenly deleted the server. But how to prevent that? Whenever you click on terminate, it will show like don't terminate or some protection enabled option. Okay, so how to enable that protection? Okay, how to enable terminate production, how to enable stop production, how to add a new disk. Right now you have your server with C drive 8 GB, and how to add additional disk, how to add additional disk, we'll see that how to add a additional disk, for example D drive. Okay, and this is called some C drive. Okay, we'll see that in tomorrow's session. Okay, so as I said, the link will be changed from tomorrow, guys. Okay. So please reach out the management and get a new link. And who are not enrolled yet, check with them and enroll it. Okay. So any questions, any doubts before we have till 10 minutes? Still 10 minutes are there. Any doubts, guys? Still we have 9 minutes to go. I hope you have written this. Okay. So, right, please come up to tomorrow session by installing these softwares and create your AWS account if anyone not yet created. Okay. So, and yeah, talk with management about new link. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.